Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of the LunarBlades Wrestling Federation. One of your favorite announcers, Jack Human here, with my broadcast partner, it's a pillar that goes way up. And it's slowly descending. Where does pillar come from? Has this been here beside me the entire time? It's coming down. There's somebody on top. And yes, I think it is. I think it's our LunarBlades champion, Drago. Wow, welcome.
How you doing there, Jack?
I'm doing fantastic. How do you make those pillars just appear wherever you want?
Well, a lot of money and a good team behind me working day in and day out as LunarBlades champion, pretty much.
That's wonderful. That was a hell of an entrance. I hope the camera crew caught it because, wow.
Of course they did.
So as far as I can tell, Blaze isn't here tonight, which is going to be really weird not to be insulted every 5 seconds. And
well, he's a very angry individual. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. He really needs to calm down a little bit.
You know what? I've told him before. Maybe he should just calm it down a little bit.
Like I mean, that empire, and they can't really help it. They're just angry people for some reason.
Yeah. See, we're thinking on the same wavelength, Drago.
Well, I used to be almost like that myself, but I went down to the lids of hell a couple times, and I've changed my ways. And I'd like to thank you for bearing with me in the T-shirt sales. I appreciate what you've done there.
Oh, I do want to mention the T-shirts though. I think there's something wrong with them because
what's wrong?
Well, I bought this one like a month ago, and it still hasn't had any holes in it, or tears, or rips. Like, usually they come apart after 3 days, and now this one's holding together.
Not supposed to. Well, we decided to put more quality into our product, so that should last you about 2 more years. That's if you wear it every day, anyway.
Well, of course I change my shirt every day. I'm not wearing the same one every single day. It is the same one because I'm doing a scientific experiment just to see how long it lasts.
Well, what type of scientific experiment would you be doing like that? Because I've known to dabble in the alchemy from time to time. What are you trying to figure out?
I've been known to dabble in alchemy as well. Like I like whiskey and vodka and beer. I'm a real alchemaholic.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they always told me you mix those three, you usually get a good time, unless you're just not skilled.
Wow.
Now, I'll tell you who can really mix those three. He's not a very pleasant person all the time, but that leader dog, that guy can mix those three and make anything happen. My God.
We'll see him in action tonight. Parties? I've never been allowed, but
Well, sometimes things get wild there. I've left early a few times. Man, it's crazy.
And Azrael and Bro making their way down to the ring. You're here tonight during a tag team tournament.
A tag team tournament? What's going on here for these tag teams?
Well, of course, with Ruben becoming an owner, it was stated that owners couldn't become champions. That rule has since been negated, but Ruben still stuck with the original call. So the Dalamud championships were left vacant.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess this could make up for those last couple episodes we had. Those did run kind of short. You know how these tag teams in the LunarBlades get. Guys don't know when to quit. Do you remember that time we had that LunarBlades? Which pay-per-view was that? I believe that was the Borderlines pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was absolutely a spectacular one.
I was watching in the back. It seems like everybody landed on the outside, right on that borderline symbol. It just cracked me right up, man.
Well, I certainly think that everybody wanted to kind of emphasize their point.
Well, they got it across.
Where do you stand? I don't think anybody was standing after that. And LCJ making their way to the ring. They'll be in this tournament.
What does that even mean anyway, LCJ? I don't see any LCs or J's in there. So what is that?
Well, apparently, Red Potato is the one that made a bet with somebody else that if they lost a match, they would have to change their name to LCJ, which stands for Little Cho Juniors.
Wow. Is that why there's two of them walking down there right now? Because I remember there used to be a bigger group of these guys.
Well, with part of my understanding is that the accusations and wildness was going completely insane with these guys. It's good to see that at least a few of them made it tonight.
Well, at least they caught the plane this week, I guess, and we see some of them. But didn't they have a lot of plane troubles recently?
Yeah, due to their arguing and bickering, part of my understanding is that we may soon have a vacant Paw Championship.
Really?
It sounds like after Red Potato won it, that he's just gonna give it up. I think he's about done.
Well, I hate to see any LunarBlades belt get shortchanged like that, because you know this is supposed to be a prestigious company here. So I might not agree with everything Dog does, but I do take the whole idea of being a champion very serious.
And you're an absolutely wonderful champion, I'll tell you that much.
Well, thank you, sir.
This is actually the second time that you've been champion. You're a two-time champion.
Well, yeah, I am. That is true. Guess that makes me a record holder too, then. First two-time champion.
I suppose it does. I never even considered that.
Yeah. I never thought about it until you just said that. Gonna
and
have
that's
to get the guys in t-shirt merchandising. Come up with something for that. Maybe make a shirt, some pants.
Oh yeah, make a shirt.
Yeah.
But hopefully the shirt turns out right and goes back to how they were in the last 3 days. That just felt normal to me.
Well, you know, you got to make these shirts last, man.
But Rismon just getting brutalized by Bro.
That's one tough brother.
Able to make the pin to Rin. Or able to make the tag to Rin. I'm sorry, I'm just getting very rhymey tonight.
You haven't been doing any alchemy, have you?
Well, maybe a little bit. You know, it was kind of lonely before the show. Like, I mean, without Blaze showing up tonight, he just, you know, it's a little. I mean, it's wonderful that you're here, but I'm used to like all of, you know, Blaze getting me psyched up for the show. Like before the show by like calling me names and bald and fat and, you know, making sure that like Mr. Shovel, you know, that's how he fires me up.
You know, I think maybe you need to find a different regimen or something to get yourself together, because it sounds like that's very destructive, man.
It's, well, you know, it's not. It's oh, and the LCJ doing a little teamwork there.
A little teamwork.
Just,
you're gonna do that now.
Just do what?
Come on.
What'd I do?
I guess that was a cross abdomen or something. Cross something. Might as well have fun with it. After all, the name. What do you say their names are again?
LCJ, which stands for Little Cho Juniors.
Yeah, I guess you might as well have fun with it. God knows. God knows. I guess they are there for fun. Walking around with a name like Little Cho Juniors. I hate to make a joke of anybody, but you know, even the children in the audience are laughing at them, and it just doesn't make any sense. Supposed to be serious competitors here.
Well, they certainly they certainly do enjoy having fun, but lately the fun's been kind of slowing down. At least these two came out to the ring in what seemed to be high spirits.
Yeah, they need to take this. They need to take bro serious. Now ain't the time to be having fun. Not unless you really like roller coasters, because he will send you from being up high to crashing down real fast.
And Azrael comes in. He's no stranger to the Dalamud Championships. Him and Ryan at one point actually, up until a few weeks ago, they held the belts.
Yeah. It's a shame about what happened there. I'm still trying to figure out exactly why they're not tag teaming together anymore. It's like just one loss. After all that time, that's still pretty good.
That's what I thought as well, but I guess Ryan got so attached to the belts that losing them made him lose it.
Losing them made him lose it.
Yeah, you know,
that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I would definitely say that he definitely went crazy. I'm sure if they went up and asked for a rematch, they would have been granted one instantly, but...
Yeah. Most times, people do get rematches after holding the belt for God knows how long and losing it, you know.
Well, Dr. Octopus, the individual that you got the belt off of, only held it for a week. And he was very upset that he never got a rematch. I've heard him in the back just yelling and screaming, and that's a big man to be yelling and screaming. I'm not gonna lie, I may have wet myself a little.
Well, all he had to do is just actually, instead of throwing a fit and crying, you know, just tell the right people that he wanted a rematch. You know, I'm not a hard person to find. Generally, you can look around, or you just look for a big pillar, and I'll be somewhere around.
Do you use the pillars to get around outside the arena?
Sometimes. You know, last LunarBlades Christmas, I actually used that pillar to put the star on the tree.
So that's how that star got on that tree that was up 28 feet.
That is exactly how.
I thought, you know, maybe a ladder or something, but then I'm just like, who makes a ladder that's like 28 feet, and then you'd lean it against the tree was the only possible place, and then the tree would fall over, and then you would be accused of being drunk, and you should leave the Christmas party because you're hammered, and then you go home and you drink yourself to sleep while crying, then you wake up in the morning, there's no presents from Santa, so you just drink yourself into a stupor.
You sure you haven't been to one of the dog's parties? Because that sounds like his last 3 Christmas parties. It really does.
Well, I may have snuck in before the actual party started. Originally I was going to hide someplace and then come out and mingle so nobody would notice. But, yeah. I hid in the bar.
You're going about that all wrong. You just got to come in when everybody else comes in. Because if you just pop up, you know, they're going to realize somebody new is there. Especially somebody they don't work with. Just appears out of nowhere. You got to hide in plain sight. So.
Excellent point. Hide in plain sight. I hope you don't mind if I'm writing this down.
Well, you go ahead and write it down, you know. I hope I can enlighten and make the LunarBlades Federation a better place. I am the champion there, bro. Kind of what I'm supposed to do.
Hell's Lid certainly did change you, I will say that much. Before, you were, well, I always called you the expert opportunist.
Well, you know, I learned some things down there in Hell's Lid, man. Fucking hot. Talking turtles. That's a strange place. It'll change anybody. I'm telling you. Did you even know, once you get past the talking turtle, there is a freaking white tiger down there? And it's like he turns into a man standing on 2 legs and he like drops you 50 feet. I'm not lying about that.
Yeah. That sounds like the last time I accidentally, you know, ordered the wrong kind of mushrooms on my pizza.
No, that was actually real. Like, me and 7 other people went through that same experience.
Jeez.
At the same time. It's like he threw us all the way like 50 feet in the air. And we had to dodged little balls as we were falling. And then at that time, roughly about like 20 feet of falling, I came to an epiphany. I said, man, I got to change my life. It's too short.
Huh.
But then falling 30 feet while trying to dodge things, I guess that'll do it for you. But yeah. Even by Dragoon standards, you're not supposed to fall from that far, generally.
Is that why you, is that the representation of your pillar that you always descend on then?
Well, I keep it on hand just in case I see that guy. You know, that way I ain't got to fall as far. I'd rather slowly descend than fall.
It is weird, though, how, like, the pillar has completely disappeared underneath you. It just vanished. I don't understand those pillars.
Well, I paid for the extra feature. It's like a magician's pillar. You know, I'm sure you've seen how they do the floating people and stuff.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
So,
I went and seen
these guys. Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
Oh, wait, thank you. Yeah, I've seen like 10 impeller like 16 times.
Oh, you
They're
seen
amazing.
those guys too?
Yeah.
That's what I was about to tell you about. 10 impeller. I was about to use them I actually bought their kit, and I had engineers in the back put that together for me. That is exactly. So you already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't think that they're just trick magicians though. I think that they might actually be magic.
No, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I don't know sometimes.
Like, I mean, I have no clue how 10 went from being like almost fatter than me to being like skinnier than one of my arms.
Well, that's the magic act right there.
He made his weight just disappear.
I heard he also used to make food disappear sometimes too. But you know, neither here nor there.
That's one trick that I do.
Oh really? Man, you gotta stop that.
You know, when there's no alcohol around, you know, they eat my feelings.
Nah, you can't be doing that.
I mean, I don't.
Guys like Blaze walking around all the time. No, you gotta keep some balance going.
Well, you see, I'm technically keeping the balance going because I'm holding the extra weight that Blaze doesn't have. So, you know, it balances the scales out.
No, don't do that. That's just be your own man. And what's all this talk about you being a stalker, dude? What's going on with that?
It's just, it is absolutely not true. I am just a very enthusiastic fan.
You gotta cut that out now. You seem like an alright guy. You just gotta keep it, man. Just calm down, son.
I've never, you know, everybody's just always insulted me whenever I mention my enthusiastic fan stuff. I'm getting scared.
See, let me tell you. The fan is in control here, man. That's the way it works. You can't be the forceful fan. Just say, hey, you're a fan. They either like it or they don't. Without the fans, you can't have the wrestlers.
Yeah, see? And that's an impressive win by the Bros over LCJ. They have just been down on their luck lately.
Down on their luck.
Yeah, they fell a little short on that.
How tall they could actually get. He fell a little short. Y'all always do these jokes to these little short people out here.
What jokes?
Yeah. Talk about how they fell a little short. Down on their luck.
Yeah, who said those things? I don't follow you, though.
As I'm saying, let's keep at it. Makes it interesting. Need a good laugh every now and then.
I still don't understand. Okay.
In fact, maybe if they put a little bit more pep in their step, they'll be able to get ahead. You know, might as well join in and fun. It's just...
Yeah, exactly. I fully agree with you. Hopefully they can turn it around.
Yeah.
And next up, we'll be seeing Tatio facing off against Ryan and Trejo. Seems like
I just don't understand it. He was successful with one tag team partner. He's just gonna leave after one fight, after one loss, for a brand new partner who you have to get more familiar with. That's just a questionable move for me.
But whoever the winner is of this match, they'll be facing the Bros later tonight, Azrael and Bro.
I think Tatio is going to win this based on familiarity.
And of course, Tat is the Manly Manderville champion.
I haven't seen that belt defended yet. You know, I might go back there and get that belt myself. Got nothing else better to do by between 6 and 7 o'clock. So, yeah. Maybe I'll swing by there.
Well, 24-hour rule, that means that somebody could come out and challenge him for the belt, like, right now at this moment.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much. I don't think our referee could handle that, you know. And I'm not going to say there's something wrong with these referees, but their counting gets questionable sometimes when it's all on the line.
We do see a lot of 2 3/4 counts, I will tell you that much.
Hey, you talking about 2 3/4. One time I saw 2 4/4. And I was like, you got to be kidding me, man.
2 4/4. So if you take 1/4, that would be 25% plus 25% plus 25% plus 25% equals 98%. That is a close count.
No, that's 3. That is 3.
That's that, but
4/4 is...
Yeah, I've got to admit, I don't know what Ryan is thinking on this. I certainly think the best bet would have been to go and ask Azrael to team up.
Well, yeah. Considering that's how they had all those victories.
Ryan, of course, making his way to the ring. One half of the longest running Dalamud champions in LunarBlades Wrestling Federation history.
And he threw it all away behind one loss. What a genius. Because, you know, nobody's ever lost once in their career and bounced back from it.
Well, it's definitely a good reference right to you, as you had
Exactly.
You lost the LunarBlades Wrestling Championship. The LunarBlades Championship, sorry.
In order to become a 2-time champion, you got to lose once, right?
You see, that's something that nobody ever realizes. Everybody talks about all these greats, 16-time world champion. And yet nobody ever counts the losses. I always found that weird.
Well, go hand in hand. Now, you want to really impress me, you just be a one-time and never lose it. That doesn't sound too good on paper, does it?
Well, that's an excellent point.
Yeah. Just think about it. You got a man who says he's been a 15-time champion. Everybody will say, oh my God. Then you look at the same guy, another guy on paper. Say he's a one-time champion. They just look past it, but it turns out that one-time champion was a champion for 5 years, and the other guy had the championship for like 2 days and lost it that many times. You tell me who's the better champ. You just gotta look at these things. Well, I'm not out here to educate anybody. I'm trying to have an education, well, fun show, you know. Data education for another day. This is a wrestling show.
That it is. I think we're gonna see a hell of a match coming up here. See if Trail and Ryan can actually mesh as a team.
They should come up with a LunarBlades educational hour or something. Find somebody who's there.
Oh, and we could have make it like a little Saturday morning cartoon.
That'd be interesting.
You know, we should call it like well, you know, it'd also have to be tough, right? So it could be like LunarBlade Street. And we could use Muppets. Yeah!
Muppets.
You know, Muppets and puppets and, you know, and like, oh. And we could, I got, because like, everybody always calls me trash all the time. I could, like, live in a trash can.
I don't know about that. I think you're going to get sued for that for some reason.
Well, no, some days I do live in a trash can, so, you know, it's more of a biography than anything else.
Well, no. You need to do something about that.
Well, you know, my apartment's being fumigated for 3 months straight. But, you know, once it's done, there's not going to be any more bugs.
So, why isn't your, whoever owns that place having you put somewhere for that time, since it's their responsibility?
Well, yeah, they did. They said I could be in the alley, you know, right beside the apartment building.
You know they got rules against that, right?
The place is getting fumigated. It's really weird though, because like I see the same fumigator in and out of there every single day. Yeah, he must have all his stuff inside the apartment because he just dresses normally, and every time I ask him about the fumigation, he like pulls out a dagger and says "fuck off, mugger," and I can't figure it out.
That sounds more like one of those rogue classes to me. With those dick pickers, or whatever you call them. You know, I think something like that up about that.
I'm sure the landlord's on the up and up. Like, I mean...
I don't know. His name isn't Jack, is it? And he wear a bandana. Is he from Limsa? Because it sounds a little suspicious.
What? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that guy is incredibly dirty.
Well, I will admit my gill pouch always goes missing after I talk to him, but, you know, I'm sure that, you know, it just slips off.
No, you're getting robbed. He's one of the dirtiest rogues there are. He always claims to be a clean guy, but he's really dirty. I ever tell you the kids love this type of stuff? You know, this
absolutely.
Is why competitors have to be top tier every week, because kids love this.
We got one fan right behind us here.
Yeah. Hyper little fella. But he knows what he likes. Maybe he'll be one of our competitors one day. I'll have to give him a t-shirt later.
And Trail is just dominating thus far.
I once knew a Trail. You know, he was a big guy. He eventually started a taco chain, actually. Pretty good.
Oh yeah, Manny Trail.
Yeah. You know that guy too?
Yeah, I've seen like all of his Empire cinemas.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy.
You know, like such classic as Ass Bad and Kill Machete and Kid Spy and The Tombstone is Dead. You know, I've seen them all.
I've seen most of them. I haven't seen nothing like no Kid Spies. I haven't seen that my type. Yeah, I've seen most of them. So tell me more about this little tag team shindig going on here tonight. Is the winner going to be the champion or what? How's this going to work?
Well, there's the first match, which we already seen the Bros win. We're going to have the winner of this match face off against the Bros in the main event tonight. The winner of that will then be our new Dalamud champions.
So, any chance that I might be able to go down there and enter myself as a tag team and just take those belts?
Well, I'm sure that if you found yourself a tag team partner,
well, you don't got it.
I'm sure that they would be willing to accept the challenge at the pay-per-view.
Oh, come on. Surely the belt can count for a person. You know? Just let it stand there in the corner, tie it up on the thing.
Or maybe the kid right behind us could be your partner.
Yeah, I seen something like that in another wrestling show, and that was pretty much crap.
Well, the kid certainly seems excited to be your tag team partner.
Well, I think he's just excited about this action going on in the ring. He did just see a man get stomped to death.
And Tatio showing why they are a proper tag team.
What I tell you? I told you. They've been together longer. That experience makes all the difference. Sometimes, anyway. Just saying. I wonder if Ryan is regretting that decision right now.
Well, I don't think Ryan really has too many regrets. And Tat, not noticing where the ref was, just bowled him over.
That's poor ring awareness. On who, I don't know, because you see a guy that big running towards you. You don't move out the way, you deserve what you get. Told you these refs were questionable. Didn't I just say that a while ago?
That you did. Trejo able to get some offense in.
That reminds me of one of them old Redania cinemas that came out like a couple of months ago. I believe it was called Jurassic Jark. It's these big some type of big prehistoric monster or something. And it's like whenever he stepped, everything vibrated around him. That was just then. I'm sure that ring was shaking when he was running towards him. He could have ran out the way because he knew it was coming. If you follow me there, Jack.
Well, I was just thinking about Diadem. Of course, home of several dinosaurs. Of course, if anybody ever goes in there, nobody else there, ever.
I never heard of that place.
A lot of people haven't. Trejo able to make the tag to Ryan. Ryan not faring out too well.
I don't think he's gonna fare too well. Since Mr. Man he did. Well, his past choices. Maybe he's blaming his partner for a loss they took together. Attitude like that, he's bound to be the weakest link.
Bringing up many excellent points. let me ask you something, Drago. When you're at home, just relaxing, what do you do with the championship belt?
Well, sometimes I polish it. Sometimes I sit it aside in some of the finest championship robes, because the belt has its own robe. I just let it sit there.
Huh.
Yeah. I even got a little small platform at the house where it can raise up and sit up on top of the fireplace as well.
A mantle platform?
Yep.
Huh. I actually tried a platform one time, and yeah, all the gears kind of broke on it. I don't know why. It lifted everything else perfectly fine. It must have been wore out, I think. By the time I got to it, right?
Well, where was this platform at?
Well, I bought one because after I saw your first intro, I thought it'd be cool to maybe pretend to be the champion. So
all you had to do is just come down and ask. You right down here. All you had to do was ask and say, you want to try it out? I would let you try it out. So you had that platform specially made. Of course, you didn't know that then, but
yeah, I didn't.
Maybe after this event, I'll let you try it out.
Well, when you first returned, I honestly thought it would have been like the old Drago.
Well, you fall 50 feet, you kind of reevaluate things sometimes. And that's what I did. I fell 50 feet. And after falling 30 and I was still 20 up, I came to a realization. Yes, sir. And this is after the lids of hell. It's an ordeal.
That's a huge elbow by Bro. Of course, we've seen.
Look like an illegal object.
Well, a man of that size, I think, counts as an illegal object. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say bro? I just.
Yeah, you did.
I meant big cat. Definitely not rural racist.
Well, sometimes.
After seeing the action from last match there.
That's all it was. It was a great match last match. Got it still stuck in your mind. It happens. It happens. That's
and
fans keep coming.
That was a hell of a slap. I definitely think Treo is. And those are some. That was a hell of a knee. 2 knees on him. I think Treo may have maybe regretting this team up more than Ryan.
Well, generally the person that teams up with the person that blames everybody else is the one that regrets it the most, because they realize what they took on. And he'll probably blame Treo for the loss again, when he didn't do much of nothing this match. But of course, it's always the other guy. You know how it is.
Well, I kind of do, because it's just like sometimes things that I had absolutely nothing to do with, Blaze will say that I did it.
Exactly. That's not right.
Like, I mean, it was him that trampled those chocobos, or those lalas with his chocobo. I didn't think.
Well, I don't know who would trample a chocobo, but that's pretty cruel.
Well,
like iconic bird.
He
trampled a chocobo.
He had a chocobo that he used to trample some lalas, and then he said, "I did it."
Wow.
Then I.
That's illegal, right?
Blaze. Like, I mean, if you look over there, there's a couple of cages. I think a few of them may have escaped, but yeah, Blaze has a bunch of Lalas in those.
Well, somebody in HR is going to have to report this.
I'm not.
Man.
No. Last time I said something, he locked me in one of those cages.
Blaze sounds like he's supposed to be a real tough guy.
Yeah. Well,
what is he? Does he breathe fire or something? Is he 8 feet tall? What's the deal with him?
Well, one time I saw him shoot thunderbolts from his eyes and fireballs from his arse.
It sounds like he has indigestion. That's about all. Well, the last time I seen him, he didn't seem to be much.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that just in case he's listening. Anyway, some great action in the ring.
I scared him. He come down here right now. I got something for him. He could come try me. Bet y'all show him why I'm the champion.
You know what? I bet you would. You know, I would actually like to see that.
Well, like I said earlier, not a hard person to find if he wants to. Pretty much challenge anything I've said. He can come and find me, and we can pretty much come to an understanding in the ring.
And Ryan is just slowly, methodically taking his time.
I guess so. He's well rested as long as he stayed out there.
After a grueling match like this, I don't understand how these teams have still got to do another match tonight.
Well, that's what makes them champions.
This has certainly got to be working in the Bros' favor, I'll tell you that much, as they're getting a longer rest here.
That's true, but that's the way it is sometimes. Once you become champion, it'll all be worth it. I think the champion should be battle tested. That's just my personal opinion. What do you think? You want weak champions?
Well, absolutely not. It's an excellent point. You know, like when Dog just gave himself the championship. I don't think that was right.
That was a debacle. That's one of the things I do disagree on, but sometimes strange things happen and you get good effects out of them, but that was a debacle.
You know, it was.
Who did he take that belt from anyway?
Pardon?
So long ago. Who did he take that belt from?
Absolutely no one. He just awarded it to himself.
Oh, he just created the belt.
Yeah, he created it and gave it to himself. Well, the company created the belt.
He just gave it to himself. Well, I guess he is the company. So.
Well, 49%. Of course, former owner Kathos was looking for Ed in Mexico. That Dog tricked into going there so he could run the company like his own personal playground.
A lot of strange things. I just don't understand it. If you have problems, you might as well just solve it in the ring. This little trick's going to Mexico, this one going to get that one. It's all garbage.
And Bro just giving a brutal right hand right to Ryan's head.
And did you see that? That weird stuff that was going on when Ed was walking around here a couple weeks ago?
You mean Ed and Ed Word?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was some weird stuff.
See? That's what I thought too.
You know, I wasn't even here for most of the time. That's when I was in the Lids of Hell, but I was watching, and that was weird. I didn't know if that was CG or what. I
well,
found out it wasn't.
Believe it or not, yeah, I was sitting right here, and I still couldn't believe it with my own eyes. 2 parts of Edgar Sleepy's personality. Of course, Edgar Sleepy and Edward Sleepington the 23rd. And Ryan's busted right open.
That's what he gets. I wonder whose fault that is.
Surprisingly, still has some fight in him. Oh, I'm sorry, Drago.
Well, I just said, I guess that's the ring's fault. Shouldn't have been laying there when he fell down.
I'm sure he'll have something to blame for it. Ryan using that modified fisherman suplex. And that's a 3 count. Ryan and Trejo take the victory. They'll be moving on.
Well, now, how about that? Maybe he was on to something. Or was he?
So we have who will be facing off in the for the championships. There'll be the Bros versus Ryan and Trejo. I am shocked.
Well, this will be an interesting match.
So are you staying the entire show, Drago? Are you going to be around for part 2?
Well, yeah, I might as well be. You're just going to the main event now, right?
We have 2 more matches before the main event.
Well, if I'm not fighting in them, I'll be here.
Yay, that's wonderful. Are we going to be friends?
Well, as a champion of the LunarBlades, I'm friends with all the LunarBlades. You know how it is.
And
because I'm the champion.
And I work for the company, so
there you go.
So me and my new friend Drago Blak, the LunarBlades champion, will be back for part 2. Be sure to check it out.